Hello gamers, welcome to another YouTube video today on the American powerhouse at tier 11 T803. Hope you enjoy it. In terms of basics, you see 426 average damage. That's with the kill, of course, you know, like the one that moves the average damage up a little bit. And then this is the ability. It's just literally a DPM boost, yeah. It's 1 reload efficiency per hit. It's 2 if you kill somebody. So sometimes it's really worth to kill steal to get a DPM increase in general altogether. In terms of armor model, this follows traditional American design, I would say. Where when you're angled like this, you know, like this becomes very, very angled, right? Like effective armor-wise, until the closer part. The hull itself, you know, same story, kinda. This, however, then becomes spennable. So when you're side scraping, it has to be like really tight. So you have like about 300 millimeters, yeah. Obviously the cupola, but then just like the E5, there is the mantle that surrounds and a potential shot trap into the part here if you go from below. Nothing too like crazy. So battle number 1 on Glacier. This was a game with you know, tier 10, tier 11 on the Asia server, which is why the ping is 180 stable. Actually, not that bad to play on though, to be honest. It was actually very, very playable. But this one, the T803, I find it very, very fun actually. I don't know, still very loud. Like, it's very, very fun. I don't know. The DPM boost is just very, very potent, to be honest. I mean, you'll see it soon enough. There's some heavy gaming going on in this battle. But yeah, let's go over the tank. You know, like 267, 1100. So this is 345 millimeters of pen. Most of these tier 11s don't really go past the existing boundaries of the game already, where like 340, 350... is like the max, to be honest. And we just played the middle. This is pretty normal. We're not on time to shoot that guy crossing. He was pretty fast. We're waiting for potentially the mouse to cross, because, you know, normally the mouse players do cross at some point. But I think I changed my mind at some point during this battle. I probably could have shot the Stent X here if I'm looking at it, but got a shot against the can opener. And the DPM boost kicks in, you know, the slider on the left. Every consecutive shot I hit after basically will increase it and get a shot against the AV, get level 2. And that's the crazy and fun thing about this tank, is the DPM can really start rocking at some point, especially when you got these guys sitting in front of you, like that AV. Gives us the 4th level of DPM boost, and then we'll hit this as well. We're max level now, just popping off. So that's 2k and a rather very, very quick ordeal. Tries to shield with his cupola, does not succeed. Tries to shield with his gun. And the C5 is in for, how to say, a bad time, to be honest. He's in for not the greatest of times, you know, using the rock pretty well, timing the shots. And of course with the increased alpha, it's 420, right? Yeah, 420 alpha. You know, damage just comes a little bit quicker. This comes a little bit quicker. DBV sitting out in the open. Give him a shot as well. Now looking for the E5 again, who's still in the middle of the map. Checking if I'm not open for the TDs. That one was a banger, to be honest. And that was a pretty effective 4k damage, just like that. I mean, that was pretty straightforward, to be honest. I must say that this tank has it's performing up to what I expected when I saw it, you know, like, but I do think that this is again one of the thinking man's tanks. Like, you need to like hit your shots for this to like really work out, which I think will be the struggle for a lot of people. Of course, bouncing, like not penning the shot, also counts. You see how the DPM ability went up there, even though I didn't hit the shot. A lot of people are going to be like, about that one. Understandably so. But you cannot really, from what I've noticed, is you cannot really try to bounce them on purpose to keep the ability up, because you just don't really have the DPM for that. Like, I mean, you don't really have the ammo for that. Like this tank and a lot of the other ones don't really have enough ammo to be missing too many shots, to be honest. But so far it's been pretty good, you know, like 6k damage like it's nothing, hitting the blind there as well. And gives us 6.4. Looking for some more, but I think I also realized at some point that I should go on the hill to then drop off and farm the heavies. And I must say Asia has some pretty solid tourists as well, man. You know, like if the EU has a lot of tourists, Asia had plenty of tourists as well. And their server went up to 26,000 people yesterday, like slightly above it, which is unseen numbers for the Asia server, to be honest. So far, seems like their 2.0 is at least so far initially generating interest amongst the player base. This 50B is the biggest actor of them all, to be honest. Like when you're watching this, it's going to be like what a guy doing, what the guy doing. But yeah, he's just kind of taking it like a good boy, like a really good boy actually, like the best of boy. This is the neat descent here, you know, like a little shortcut. And honestly, for some reason, and I don't know why, my tank got stuck here. And I think it's because my front is in the ground. Like, I could not turn left here. And I could not turn right either. I think, like, my tank is, like, in the ground. I don't know why. I could not turn. I literally couldn't turn at that point, and I cannot understand why it happened. It did cost me a lot of HP, by the way, because the Kano, I mean, he helped me get out of that position. But, you know, to get me out of that position, it was pretty costly, to be honest. So, I don't know why. I think my front was just clipped into the ground, to be honest. Like, I'm really not sure. I mean, it was very, like, HP intensive, though. 9.3. I feel like this should have pinned, but maybe it's just me. I feel like that definitely could have pinned in that, too. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I was shooting AP. I don't even realize. Was that shooting AP? Could be. And then we have the beautiful mouse actor, of course. For a pretty, you know, not high intensity 10k, to be honest, 10.5. And they have 9k left, but sadly, we will not be making it that far. With the Mino there, we decided to go back, which is actually a mistake of sorts. And as a result, we will be dying to the AS. But, you know, all across, you could see that the tank was very effective at farming once it gets the DPM going. Alright, so in game number 2, but I think we played this before the other one, we get Erlengberg. Again, the MM is kind of like fantastic, right? Minus the EVs, because of the 15k free bonds, like everybody and their mother has an EV now. Which is like the disappointing factor about it. There is a lot of EVs actually. Let's speed this up a little bit, because we're just driving to position anyways. We'll cross the river as per usual. And you'll see that this tank, you know, even though I think it's very good, it still is playable against nonetheless. We'll take a shot here from the Leo on the crossing, sadly. But on flat ground, yeah, well, that guy hits an amazing shot, to be honest. On the move as well. That was pretty fortunate. That was a bad shot altogether. And that was not very good. FV is kind of free, thankfully. The good thing about all these new FV players is that they're not all camping back in the bushes yet, at least. At least on the Asia server, they weren't camping in the bushes, all of them. They were still trying to play the game a little bit. This Taschenrate is kind of a paid actor, though, let me tell you. The amount of paid actors Taschenrate are honestly fantastic. With their 3.6k HP, they're very eager and willing to get themselves farmed out. So this guy's just going to sit there and take it like a good boy for a while. And even drive forward, which is, you know, fantastic, to be honest. It's very kind. But you can see, even with, you know, it's still annoying to shoot at, you know. It's not trying to pen the hull there, which I thought I could pen, but apparently I cannot. Which is kind of a waste of ammo, to be honest, if you think about it. I'm kind of wasting my ammo here. Taschenbad is kind of in an annoying spot now. A little bit. Trying to get a shot. And like the thing is with this tank, you're actually gonna have to be careful from your ammo, to be honest. Because otherwise you're gonna end up, like I was, running out of ammo. I mean, thankfully he's pushing forward, which is a mistake. Like, for me, like, the limiting factor of this tank, a lot of battles felt ammo. So the I-7's crossing over the bridge now, which leaves you in the position where you only have one possible play anymore, and it's to go forward. Because if you sit here, he just kills you from behind. So I'm gonna go over, actually hitting a really good timing. And I'm gonna hit a banger against the 183, boosting the DPM a little further. And honestly, I think it's, I don't know how much it is exactly. I thought it was 4.5k DPM with maximum mobility. So once you're in this like DPM mode, like the highest one, it kind of pops off. That was a good pen, although I should be shooting for the mantlet, which I think I figured out later. This one was, this part was actually funky as hell though. Like, I don't know why, but not this part, but like at this point here, it's like I don't even know where the shell is going. It was hitting the rubble pile. Like it was literally hitting the rubble pile in front of me. I don't know why. So like wasting some more ammo and then bouncing it out. That's kind of like funny. I don't even think I get a shot against that guy. No, I don't actually. It was a scam deluxe. This is the good part about it. First heavy bounce. Guy gives a side. I will say about the flashlight, for me, I don't really use it. I enabled it, but it confuses me more than it actually helps me. I don't end up actually using it too much at all. But you know, doing 5k in this and the hacker as well, I should have waited longer there. It doesn't feel that impressive. And look at the ammo now. You know, I have 12 shells left. I might have a little bit too much HE on this tank. I'm not sure yet. Like, I'm not even sure. I switched to AP to conserve heat. So, there's that. But we do 6k pretty effectively, nonetheless. This I remember from... I shouldn't take that shot, but I remember this from looking at the armor model. Like, the underside of the third, you know, basically like everything, is just very pennable. And you go through it rather easily as well because of that. I'm just trying to be careful now to not get owned by the guy from the window. Unless I have a lot of FVs. So we're just looking for the FVs here. The game slows down a lot at this point. And I will say, like, because of all the extra HP yesterday and all the heavies, I had a lot of, like, games that last a bit longer, you know? The guy tries to leave, takes 415 to the face, 6.3k damage. I mean, pretty good nonetheless. But it's 5-2. I've got 16,000 HP. At this point, we're just going to be sitting here. Yeah, the biggest worry is indeed the KR1 so far. But I expect it to be nerfed, I guess. And the ramming ability seems kind of loco. This is the sad part, of course. You have to watch your ability run out fully at this point. Which, you know, makes you really sad if you think about it. Because, you know, you want maximum DPM the whole time. There's another FV there. And honestly, I don't know if this was like the FVs. Like, I don't know if this was the FVs or what. But they had so many bounces against me with those FVs. Like, so many. I took so many non-pens. Like, you see that? I took so many non-pens from the FVs. I think it was the third or fourth non-connection from an FV already. This was a bad repeak, to be honest. This is not a very smart repeak. I should shoot for the mantlet. I need to remember to shoot for the mantlet. Not with AP, of course, but that was a bad pick. Nonetheless. I think nothing happens here for a little bit. It was a very slow battle. And it's shot tram? I don't remember. But there's gonna be a point where the I-7 actually pushes up behind us, which will be very annoying. I mean, still looking where he penned me and realizing that it's in the mantlet. I think this was the moment we realized again that it's just like the E5, that the mantlet is pretty weak. I mean, pretty weak is a big word, but shootable for when you don't see the cupola. We're just chilling. Yeah, it's because I didn't notice this in the battle, but the E5 and the 183 run away, so the I-7's able to go forward and put us in like a pretty tough position. I'm stewing for a little bit because I remember this was very slow. Nothing really happening for a while. Yeah, it was the eternal stare, I remember. Heavy... You know, this was the good part. The FV really decided to repeak. And now you can see the I-7 as the annoying part, yeah. He pushes up behind us and he gets a shot in the back of our turret. We're hiding now, and we did realize at this point that, you know, if the T803 wants to, he would push us right now. Or try to push us right now. So we're pretty ready for that. The sad thing is we're not ready enough. Because this FV comes to hold a corner, so we can't peek the T803 driving. That was a bad shot. We can't kill the T803 driving through, and then we die to the 183. But still, you know, like a pretty quick and effective 9k battle, nonetheless. And then we find ourselves on the third battle here, Karelia. We're gonna speed this up a little bit. Again, you know, like the MMs yesterday on Asia server at least were very, very, very good. We drive in here, which is kind of like dumb, I guess, the way we drove in, because it's gonna be actually pretty costly. You know, losing about half our HP for this, to be honest. With 0, it's a pretty bad start, actually. And that blind actually hit, and you saw the bar not go up, right? Or did that blind hit? Let's see. I know I hit a blind here. So if I don't hit the next one, then it was the first one, and the bar didn't go up. Let's see this. Yeah, this one hit, but the bar didn't go up, so the damage has to be spotted, I guess. Because I'm pretty sure that I penned this this shot. Pick up the cocks, and you see the bar move up by 2 touches when I kill somebody. That's because you get a greater amount when you actually kill steal. So at some point, it might actually be worth to shoot the one shots to get a higher DPM, but you know, like quick 1.2k damage, 1 blind, you know, 1.6, and blind here to try and check if the guy is still there. But we'll see some real power on this corner not too long from now. We go for the can opener, side plate. I mean, we have 345mm of pen, can't underestimate that. We're to the U, cupola. A good shot. And I think this is the part where we actually dominate the C5 like there's no tomorrow. This contriever thing, by the way, seems a lot worse than the can opener. It's very funny. It's, you know, I don't mind it, you know, like, because I hate the can opener, but that cupola is much, much easier to hit. This C5 doesn't know about his side plate being extremely weak against heat, so he's ending up in not the greatest of scenarios. That one bounces, though. But yeah, I don't think he realizes that his side script is not all that potent, to be honest. And yeah, this DPM is crazy. Or feels crazy when you're playing with it on a corner. This is his double, I think it was, even. Yeah, this contriver, like, look how big that cupola is compared to the can opener. I did not actually struggle with hitting that one ever. Unlike the can opener, where you struggle all the time. So yeah, it looks, could go. We actually do hit that as well. So, that guy is pretty unlucky. Camp, not really, but, you know. We could put it on unlucky if we wanted to. That's a bad peek. And for some reason, this gun felt really good in final accuracy as well. I don't know if it has like good dispersion values or not, but like, it's also like relatively not short, so it's like able to get hit those cupolas against the cano. And you can just see how on a corner like this, you're just like racking out damage. Like there's no tomorrow. And even, you know, like I'm not bouncing on purpose, but my DPM is constantly on max ability because, well, it even goes up when I'm bouncing. So as a result of that, I'm always in maximum DPM mode. The aim could be better, to be honest. Struggling a little bit with the corner. Bad shot. But you can still see like just how potent that DPM really is for this tank. And if I could aim better, it would be better as well. That was a bad shot as well. I'm blaming the ping for some of these, yeah. You still gotta remember that there is some pinging involved. Below the third I could go for. Yeah. Took a little while, but we got there. We got there. I think, yeah, we missed that one too, sadly. It was a tough engagement. Like, this cano is literally more annoying than the contriver. But still like 7.5k in a game that felt like doing 4k damage, to be honest. So, pretty solid.